follow me on Instagram at _1.leak. A hater is somebody who always like complain about or like don't show no love when you're doing something good for yourself. Like if they going like they're just gonna hate on you because you're doing better and you're not helping them. Like you gotta help yourself first.
Hey! Welcome to Real Talk 2.0 Monday edition. Of course, I am Red.
And I'm Latif.
And hey, listen, we're coming full circle with this. We're definitely coming full circle. Who would have thought that 10 years later we would be doing Real Talk 2.0 Monday edition? Lots of, I guess, important information, a lot of fun. It's been a cool decade. And, you know, to take it back even further, I didn't have a Ethereal collection. So, you know, we're coming full circle. And with that being said, we're going to actually launch this season, okay, both on the radio and on the podcast. More information coming up soon. We're going to come full circle and launch it with the original where I had other people on, Real Talk. We're going to talk about what a hater is. If you didn't figure that out from the first vocal clip before we started. What is a hater? Do you think it's changed after all of these years?
No, I don't think it changed.
A hater's still a hater. You know, I mean, that's basically what they do. But I'm going to be honest, one thing has changed for me. I no longer look at my haters as being enemies or people that have the ability to slow me down or take away what I've actually earned and worked hard for. Haters can't do that. Haters, in all reality, in my mind, they push me forward. You know, I've come to that mindset has finally clicked in. It's like, in fact, if I don't have anybody hating on me, I automatically figure that I'm doing something wrong. I automatically figure that I'm doing something wrong. And many of the greats have actually spoken on this. Grant Cardone is one of those. He's like, if you don't have any haters, you're not doing nothing. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about getting to the next level or anything because you don't have any haters. I mean, what is your viewpoint on it? You wasn't there 10 years ago.
No, I was not.
You know, you wasn't there. You know, you came a few years later. But what is your viewpoint on the hater mentality?
My viewpoint is I don't know. I mean, I would say, you know, how I look at it now is acknowledge them, like, really quick, just so you know what you're dealing with and who you're really dealing with, and keep moving. You know, sometimes I think sometimes people have moments. So, you know, but I think when it's ongoing, you're like, okay, I noticed that.
Man, I'm not giving up no excuses. If you hated for a little while, you hate
not
for the
a
rest
little
of
while.
your life.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends. You know, sometimes, like, okay, say somebody really close to you, like, it's me and you. I mean, we've accused each other of being haters, but I think, you know, actually, we know we're not hating on each other. But
I
it's
should
like
hope not.
no, I'm saying sometimes you say it, especially in our community, like, oh, you hating whatever, you hating, you hating,
right,
you know. But versus somebody that really is, you know, you're like, yeah, they hating. You know, I mean.
You know what? This is the way that I look at it, and this is the way that I've looked at it for years. Sometimes you have these people that I call pocket haters. They're not front and face forward with the hate. They do it in little sneaky ways. But the pocket hater will always give up the fact that they are a hater because there'll be that stressful moment. There'll be that disagreement. There might even be that argument. And then the hate just flows right out their mouth. And you're saying, where's that coming from? You know, because sometimes you'll be in a conversation with someone, they'll say something that's just like, they just drank 3 glasses of Haterade, and they say this to you, and you're like, just pause, and you look, and like, well, where did that come from? We was just having an even argument here, and then you poured out your radio station ain't crap, and, you know, your ethereal collection ain't decidedly different. It's like, well, where did that come from? Because that has been on that person's mind, and it just slipped. That's why, you know what, I prefer a hater that's face forward with the hate. I know which way I'm going. I know how to proceed forward. But a pocket hater is always tricky, and pocket haters are always the ones that you consider to be close to you.
Right, I was gonna say, the ones that are in your circle.
Yeah, I mean, I've had friends that's like, really? This is how you going with this? And then they complain and play victim. See, that's what I hate about haters. they either make excuses or they play victim, or they go around and they tell the whole world all this wrong stuff you did to them, but they kind of conveniently leave out the part about what they did, how they became the secret agent, or how they threw the monkey wrench in the works, or how they just screwed everything up just to feed their own. I guess they ran out of hater tots on their plate and they needed a little bit more. I'm using all these like 90s terms, hater tots and haterade, and but it's become, I guess, very, very serious in our communities, especially now. The hate is almost tangible when you walk out the door. Me and you have been walking down the street and we get the evil eye, and it's like from people we don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they notice the ethereal collection gear, or they notice, hey, we've got camera equipment, or they see us doing our lives, or you know what, they might even see us on social media, on YouTube, and they just bump into us in the street. We don't know who they are, but all of a sudden it's these glares and evil eyes, and I can't stand you. It's like, you don't know us. How can you not stand us if you don't know us? The reality is, I'm trying to actually help in this community.
Right.
By building the Red Workshop.
Right.
But I get a lot of hate from that.
Yeah.
We got hate that was tangible when we decided no longer to go live on Facebook, because Facebook, somebody on their team was hated. They were straight up hated. Somebody actually literally went inside and deleted all the posts for like 2 weeks for the talk shows. And I'm saying to myself, I was like, I know I didn't delete them. I'm looking at her because she's admin on my page. I'm like, did you delete this stuff? And I was like, this is crazy. Then come to find out, is somebody was sitting back saying, hey, I don't like what you're doing, and I'm just going to put an end to it.
Yep. I think when you were talking about the pocket haters, the thing that I've observed is pocket haters usually, because they're trying to be so sneaky about it, they're usually not the smartest people. They really aren't the smartest campers. And another thing is, you can tell, you can easily discern them, because if you're not a hater, like you're really not a hater, you're just on your grind or whatever, doing what you do, not really,
Wait, that's the cops. They be hating.
not really worried about someone else. I was actually saying this on one of my videos is, we see people, I'm in competition with no one but myself, but their mouths are saying that, but the actions are
different things.
Or showing different things. So it's easy to discern a pocket hater. If you really honestly aren't a hater, you're really just working on you. And because they aren't so smart and they think they're being slick about it, it's like,
right.
So if you're not really that much of a pocket hater, you're really just, to me, I'm looking at you as you're a hater.
Yeah,
you're a hater. You're just a hater.
And I think we'll get into this on the next, after we take a break. But you know what? Here's the deal. And in a strange way, you get that outside hate. That's your fuel. That's what you use to move forward. People that really don't know you, don't know who you are, But there is a sting when it comes from those that are definitely close to you, and they're not even pocket haters. They're just face forward with it. It's like, I can't stand you for whatever reason. We just had this conversation where I was like, certain people that is probably about to put out a hit on me, because it's like the hate, and it's for no reason. It's for no reason, and we're actually talking about people that I actually extended myself to. I said, hey, listen, I got this skill set. I can help you with this. You know what I'm saying? And, you was on board with it too, and it just flipped. It was like, what the hell? Now these people have put themselves in a position, you can get a sugar cookie from me. And I can have a sugar cookie factory. And it's not to be stingy or anything else. It's like, you've shown me. You're a hater. But with that being said, you've got to be careful. You can't invoke or flame the hate. And it's hard not to do that, especially if you're the type of person that's out there doing their thing. Making it happen, making it pop. You're going to have hate by default. But there is a way where people become, I guess, snarky with it, and try to rub it in the hater's face and this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
That never works out too. Just continue to do you. Don't do things to agitate, because some of these haters got guns.
Yeah.
Some of these haters got knives. Some of these haters have no common sense.
Yeah, it runs deeper than just being
Yeah,
a hater. It runs deeper.
Yeah, you have to be careful out there with, because I know people that it's like rap stars and athletes that go back to these hood clubs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, the goo-goo's in there. I get it. You're guaranteed to not strike out because of who you are. But you've got to remember, there's somebody in there that's hating on you.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody, and we've seen this in the news, where these kids that are trying to get a rap are actually back to what they used to do in the 90s, sticking up rap artists, sticking up athletes, sticking up... nobody's safe. Nobody is safe. I play whenever I hear a siren and we're doing something, but hey, cops hate. You know, and they hate on nothing but the fact of the color of my skin. I know it's kind of light, but you get the point. You know, anything else you want to add before we go to break?
No.
Okay.
Save it.
Okay, we're going to save it. Hey, guys, go ahead and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel, The Cinematique. I think they can just search the YouTube channel under World of Red Media. Go ahead and subscribe, because as you see, we're going to be doing these as podcasts the following week. And we have Man on the Street, because I'm taking it back full circle. I'm asking other people. It's not just our opinions. I'm going out there and asking other people, like, yo, what do you think about this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, with that being said, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
A hater to me is somebody who preys on your downfall. Somebody who preys on your downfall, does not like to see you win. They're somewhat close to you. They could be your friends. Again, they just don't like to see you succeed. That's my definition.
All right, here we are back at Real Talk 2.0 Monday edition, taking it full circle to a decade ago, where we actually talked about, well, I talked about with other people, what is a hater. I think we all have our own viewpoint of what a hater is. I think some of us, deep down inside, we've got a little bit of haterade in us. It all depends on your mindset, who you are as a person, your confidence level. Usually you find that people that hate, it's like they have no confidence of their own. They have no understanding of the person that they are. Therefore, they tend to lash out and attack others that they perceive as having confidence and a sense of self and a sense of purpose. It's still scary, especially in our communities. I was just talking before we went on break about, you know, celebrities getting robbed and shot and stuck up. And it's not because of the money. It's not because of whatever piece of jewelry that they have on. And what the hell are you going out with $1 million worth of jewelry? Dude, check this out. You're a celebrity, okay? You might hear one no in the club, but once they realize who you are, the no's are going to stop. You know, you don't have to go out there. You know, I wrote this in my first book, The Ghetto Survival Guide for Blacks and Latinos. This is what I mean about, you know, trying to throw it in your haters' faces. Yeah, you should be able to wear what it is that you want to wear. I get that, and I agree with that. Okay. However, you know, if you have cardiac problems, I'm getting older. So let's say I have a heart problem. Or let's say I need a lawyer because I'm in some serious doo-doo. Or I'm going to learn something that's super important, nuclear physics. I really don't want to see the person in front of me with a whole bunch of gold jewelry on and 2 and 3 watches on and all of this to show off their money. It's like, rich people don't roll like that. Real rich people don't roll, and I'm not hating on anybody, but in my viewpoint, I see Jeff Bezos walking around in his Amazon brand jeans. You know, I see Bill Gates in t-shirts and jeans. You know, now these are people, these two people that I just mentioned, these people can actually wear Fort Knox on their neck if they want to. Okay, but they choose not to because I think that people that are rich seem to be more reserved.
Yeah.
Not to show off. See, once you're showing off, it's like you're throwing bird seed for the haters.
Yeah.
You know, once you have that mindset of, oh, I'm just gonna floss out there, you're throwing bird seed to the haters. Like I wrote in the Ghetto Survival Guide for Blacks and Latinos, if you're living in the projects and you're paying $100 and whatever dollars a month rent for your 4-bedroom apartment, and you run out and you buy a $80,000 car, and you park said car in that parking lot, 9 times out of 10 within a month is going to be keyed up. The reason why is because you know you got haters. You went and flaunted this in their face, and what they did was they do what haters do. Who does Knucker think he is with this car living here just like me? Now you're pissed off, but you could have avoided it. You know what I'm saying? Bill Gates, Jerry Seinfeld, parks his cars inside of an indoor building loft apartment. He takes his car, pulls it into the elevator, and the dude has cars. He's got collector cars. But he understands the process. He's like, yeah, listen, I like my car. I can afford to buy this car. I enjoy this car. However, I'm not going to rub it in the faces of everybody around me. I'm going to keep my car safe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Some of the stuff. Well, I mean, no, I'm not saying that. One, I'm saying is, like you said, the rappers, they are really rich. I think it's just they're not used, to having. And when you come from poverty and you finally get it, it's like, they made it.
So go to a club where everybody else
in that environment.
where everybody else is thinking the same way.
Yeah.
You're not going to get robbed in a club where everybody's at the same level that you are.
Right. And two, I was going to say, just like they say, the rich get richer and the poor stay poor. It's a lot of people that flash name brand and think they're living the good life. They really don't realize that they're not rich. To them, they're well off. Right. It's almost like coming to America. Remember when the father thought he lived this, was showing off the house, and then
the guy that owned McDowell's.
Yeah, then when the father came, it's like it was like nothing to him. It was like the size of what? The hallway. Like
we got bathrooms big in our house.
Bathrooms that big, or even bigger. Like it's smaller than my bathroom, type thing.
Right.
So. Yeah, I think that's why people flash and when people work hard and get these jobs like $50 an hour and stuff like that.
Right.
To them it's good, but to somebody that's really rich, it's like, yeah, it's not.
You're on your way, son.
That's cute,
Little grasshopper, look at you. And again, not hating because we all have to begin someplace. Yeah. However, again, this hate thing is a very, very dangerous thing because once you get the correct mindset, you start to notice that the hate, like I said earlier, doesn't matter how it's coming from outside. It's the ones inside your circle, the secret agents, the saboteurs, the people. I mean, I have people since we've known each other in the last few years. You've watched me just take out the scissors and cut off people because I'm not going to foster that kind of hate.
Right.
That kind of hate has you in my residence. That kind of hate has you in the car next to me. That kind of hate has us walking to an event or at an event or at a club or something like that. That's when that hate becomes kind of dangerous. And, that word that you use, discernment, you've got to stop. See, once you get your ego out of the situation, your discernment starts to kick in. See, ego dictates, I got more than this person. This is supposed to be your friend. But you're worried about how much more than you have than your friend. And you're going to flaunt it in your friend's face. How do you think that makes your friend feel? And, a true friend wouldn't really care.
Right.
But what if your friend is a pocket hater?
Yeah.
You've given him the reason to set you up, or her the reason to set you up, to put you in a situation, to start a situation and then step back. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. These haters are dangerous people, and it's gotten worse after the pandemic because they're struggling now. The government has put us in a position where we must struggle. The government hates on our communities. So they gave us all this stimulus money, and they gave us all these food stamps, and they gave us all these grants and all these loans and everything else. And like my grandmother used to always tell me, nothing comes for free.
Yeah.
So what they've done is they've set the stage. They know what happens now. after inflation comes, things become more expensive. They're no longer as easily affordable. That triggers the haters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that Negro got more than me, or Boo Boo got more than me, or how can she get her nails done every week and I can't get my nails done every week? There we go.
Mm-hmm.
This is where hate goes wrong.
Yep. I don't know. I mean, you know what is a hater? I don't. The clips were interesting, and a lot of them were right on heads on.
Yeah,
what people were saying. But yeah, I think that I don't know. I think that one, and sometimes you know what? I don't even think haters always have like a low self-esteem, or I think some of them is like sometimes you enter their life or cross their path, and they were thinking they were the big honcho, and here it is, you know, someone has, you know, graced their presence, and it's like, wait a minute, they may give me a run for my money.
Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
and they might have been good up until that point of meeting you.
Right.
You may have, I'm not even talking about us, I'm talking about somebody out there. I've seen it.
Right.
I mean, shoot, even as an adult, I've worked at jobs, and the new girl that comes in, you know, she's well put together, and the other girl that was the well put together girl, the new girl comes in, and you know, it's like
that sounds like a comedy.
You were
movie.
fine before she came.
Stay fine.
Stay,
Yeah,
you know,
stay
in your element. Like, don't, like, why drop to hater status now?
Right. It's a, you know, competition. Yeah, I understand the concept. You know, we all want to get ahead. Friendly competition is always preferred over hater competition. It's like that song from the Alcoholics years ago. Anything you can do, I can do better. That's not good competition, because you go past what it is that you were here to do.
Yeah.
You know, your hate has actually taken you off course as a person. You know, we've got to stop with this. You know, and there's two sides to the coin. I'm going to be fair. There's two sides to the coin. Stop throwing stuff in people's faces because you can. And also stop being that person that just finds a reason to be jealous or envious of another person. I have literally been in the midst of conversations where somebody has walked by, and after they get out of earshot, you hear, I can't stand him, or I can't stand her. And you're like, why? I don't know. I just can't stand them. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's where it gets to be kind of sick and sordid in people's minds, where people are not realizing, hey, you're sending a message, because the message that I get is, well, what do you say about me when I'm not around? You're supposed to be my peoples. That was supposed to be your peoples. So what are you saying about me when I'm not around? See, a real person that doesn't have hate, envy, or jealousy will actually take your back when you're not there. And taking your back, I don't mean they got to get in the fisticuffs or pull out guns or nothing like that. Be like, yo, that's my boy. You can't be talking about my boy. Sometimes just walking away from the conversation. You know, how many of us do that? Because our ego tells us, nah, I'm going to sit back and listen. They're hating on this person. And then what happens is, when you walk away, when you get tired of listening, you become the subject of the conversation. And one of the things that, and you can attest to this, is, you know, I hate those conversations when you call somebody out on being a hater. This is the go-to phrase. Oh, I'm not a hater. I want to see everybody get ahead. No, you don't. No, you don't. I mean, how do you feel about that? Because I know it just pisses me off. If I'm in a conversation, I'm like, yo, why are you hating? And they turn around and say, oh, I'm not a hater. Oh, hell no. I want to see everybody get ahead. I'm rooting for everybody. Go team.
I'm like, yeah, maybe everybody except me.
Yeah, basically.
I've definitely, definitely seen that.
Yeah,
definitely have seen that. Everybody else get the support, and I mean, who cares about the support really? Like when you're, like I said, when you're in your zone and you're doing your thing, you at this point in my life, I'm doing it for the right eyes. I'm doing it for the Bill Gates, the Jeff Bezos, the Queen Latifahs, whoever. Somebody with a couple not nice amount of zeros behind their bank account.
Who got those hundos?
Yeah, I don't care about nobody else. But yeah, it's just like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
You're right.
Because you're already talking about me behind my back when I ain't got shit. So I guess I already know you're going to, you know, or it'll be the main one. Oh, I always been. I knew it. I was rooting for you. No, you weren't.
Yeah, no, you wasn't. I want to be honest with you. To all my haters that are pocket haters and have been acting like you're my friend and you've got my back and you believe in me. You know what you're getting? When the big check comes, you know what you're getting? You're getting a Crave box from White Castle. That's word is bond. I'm going to make sure you eat. But you ain't going to eat like I eat at my table. I'm going to make sure. So get ready for those delicious White Castle hamburgers, because that's what you're getting. You think I'm playing?
They just getting nothing, crickets, because I'm just going to
Nah,
disappear.
you know what? I'm bigger than that, and for the times that you kept it fake real, I'm going to reward you for that. But all that jumping into the limo and being part of the entourage, and you got tickets for this, you got extra tickets, because that's what they do once you reach that status. They give you enough tickets to bring your whole team. Nah, it's not happening. I can guarantee you it's not happening. No, it's happening where I'm going to reach that stage. But you coming along, being the pocket hater that you are, don't worry about it, son. Don't worry about it at all. That was kind of cruel, right? But it's true. It's true. It's true. Hey, listen, you want to take a quick break? We're going to get some more Man on the Street stuff. And, hey, remember, YouTube, The Cinematique. Go ahead and subscribe to that channel, because you're going to see this every freaking week. All right? All right, let's go.
All right, man. Today we're talking about a hater. Don't be a hater. Haters worry about what another man is doing. They don't got no business doing with you. A hater is like seeing somebody prosper, but you ain't doing too good. You might even be doing as good as them, but you're still hating on them. And we all black. You're gonna get some white viewers. But for right now, we all black looking at this. Stop hating on the next man. How about your brother? How about your sister?
All right. Here we are back at Real Talk 2.0 Monday edition. I am so pleased that this season is going to be gangbusters with both the video aspect and, of course, RedMediaRadio.com. Put a lot of work into that, took a lot of hate, took a lot of darts for that, but it is not even close to where I want it to be, but I'm pleased with the results that we've actually gathered through the years. I put up this thing the other day on my social media, and it basically said that if they have to team up against you, imagine how powerful you really are. Yeah. And this is something that I find with haters is haters will recruit other haters. They'll stoke those flames inside of them to make them part of the haterade committee. It's like they're walking around with a big thermos saying, hey, you want some? That's the person we're hating on this week. Hey, come on. Go ahead. Wet your whistle. Let's get ready. Let's go. Haters, they're the rumor mill.
Yeah.
If you've ever found yourself the victim of a vicious or a slanderous rumor going around, it usually came from, and this is just life experience, it usually came from someone in your circle.
Yeah.
It usually, because who else has the information?
Yeah.
And they're the ones that will just sit in your face and lie. That wasn't me. Oh Lord Jesus, why would I do that? You're my friend. Why would I do that to you? You did it. Because when you find information links, it's always those that are privy to the knowledge.
Yep.
And to make themselves feel better, or once again to start the recruitment process, what they do is they bring more people in. It's like when people call me names, it doesn't bother me no more. It really doesn't. This is not no punk shit. It really doesn't, because again, I look at the fact that there are over 7 billion people on this planet. So what? If I put you in the middle of those 7 billion people, am I going to be able to single you out? No, more than likely not. And out of those 7 billion people, there's probably 100,000 of them that have something bad to say about me. So why should I let what you're saying to me concern me?
Right. Yeah. And that's what, and you know what? That's what I think in a weird type of way, haters like you to, talk about the fact that they're haters.
Oh yeah, they get a
really
rise
pay
off of that.
attention. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I don't even. Like I said, I acknowledge them really fast. Like, okay, now I know where to place you.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're in my life, I know where to place you. If you're not in my life, I ain't paying you no mind.
Yep.
You putting forth the effort for absolutely no reason.
No reason whatsoever, my friend. You're wasting your time. You're wasting so much valuable time. You're wasting it. Do not about hating upon me, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get better and bigger and faster and stronger. So your hate is actually giving me fuel for the journey. And I make light of that, but that is really how I think. You know, we've got to stop this in our communities. We have to stop this hate for no reason. If you feel that you're justified in your hate of another person, you know, you should be able to write down on the bulletin board 3, 4, 5 different things as to why you have these deep-seated feelings of hate, jealousy, and envy. If you find that you can't, or the reasons that you're writing down make no sense for you to get involved with the hate, what should you do then? Maybe you should stop hating.
Yep. And, I mean, shoot, just catch on to it, too.
Yeah.
You know, catch on, because, I mean, they come with all types of different, you know, in my head, it's like the different classes of haters. It's the Me Too's.
Yeah.
It's like, how much can we have in common?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
How much, I got 5
like
orders.
you was attached to the
Yeah,
hit.
like, everything
your
is
whole
Me
life.
Too. You know, I think that's hater traits, the Me Too's.
Yeah.
I think the hater trait is also, if, say, you're good at, you know, videography and photography, and if I come to you and say, oh, I did this, and the video was so nice, and this, that, and the other, that's a hater trait.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, be yourself, be unique. Yeah, you might have dipped in it,
Right,
but to come to somebody
that you're actually paying, or that you're doing them a favor,
right,
and try to throw shade as soon
Yeah,
as you walk
do-
in. And
yeah.
like, oh, do you use this program?
Right.
Oh, what the hell are you doing
Right,
here for?
yeah.
You know all of this.
It might not be hater, but hater trait.
Yeah.
And I watched that with the children too, because our daughter, she's so quiet, and actually we ran into one of her friends, and you know, friends seemed sincere, but the red flag went up when, you know, she's like, oh, I took a test, and you know, I got this side of that wrong, and then she says, you know, and I'm like, okay, in my head when she said that, I'm thinking, oh, they like to talk to her because they know she's very studious. And then she says, and it was college level. And I'm like, red flag.
Yep, there you go.
Red flag, because you know that, you know, she graduated head at the top of the class.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm saying to myself, I got now I know to watch you as you get older. Don't go to no parties with her.
Yep, exactly.
It might be innocent right now, but as you get older, and me and, you know, our daughter, we were just smiling at each other because, in 6th grade, she was in college. Like, you know, not bragging, but she was at that level. You know, she was on college working, you know, a younger grade. So I'm thinking to myself, you got a little hater in you, honey.
Those AP classes are important. And you know what? And there's a difference between bragging and feeling accomplished. You know, a lot of people will use as a reason to hate on you because they say, oh, they're always bragging. No, you're allowed to feel accomplished for what you've done. People sometimes want you to keep it quiet and shut up because it irritates them that they can't say, oh, me too, or I've done this, or I know this person has done this. That, you know, it just infuriates them. But I'm going to tell you, go ahead and continue to talk, because we all have those situations where we're around that family member or we're around our bestie, and you kind of keep stuff subdued. You don't want to talk about it because you see the look on their face, you see how the conversation switches.
They don't want to hear it.
Yeah, they don't want to hear it. Oh, look, you think you all that because you doing all that. You know,
talk over you.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so sometimes you have to, you know, again, speaking into existence is what I talk about on the motivational files. You shouldn't hide what you can do. Okay, yeah, there's a way that you don't sit up there and throw it in somebody's face, but you should celebrate any accomplishment that you make. Now, if your friends and family and those close to you, those that are in the boat with you, can't stand you for the fact, maybe it's time you kick them off the boat. Okay, maybe it's time that you just stop dealing with those people. Whenever you have to silence yourself for an accomplishment due to someone else's envy or jealousy, there's something wrong with that relationship. You know, if I go in the room or go in the office or go in the studio and create something and I show it to her and she's like, whatever. I know a lot of people that can do that. It kind of tells me that, hey, listen, this isn't the relationship for me because this, danger, Will Robinson, danger. You know, it's like, and I'm a Robinson. You know, it's like danger. You have to be careful because, you know, these are the people, when we have our haters, this is why I embrace my haters, but I keep them at their distance. Okay? Because if you continue to, I guess, entertain them within your circle, what you will find out is they're the ones that have the most power to destroy whatever it is that you're working on, and sometimes destroy your mental fortitude, because you're allowing them to be part of the process to go ahead and just mess up your whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh man, we talked about a lot. We talked about a lot. Hey, listen, I'm Red.
And I'm Latif.
And you already know you've been listening to Real Talk 2.0 Monday edition. Make sure you catch the podcast next week. Make sure you catch the show next week. Hey, you already know. Love you guys. Anything else you want to add?
Nope. Don't
All
be
right.
a hater.
Don't be a hater.
So pretty much a hater is somebody that never wants to see you doing better than them. Always praying on your downfall. Always sucking meat. Just very much never likes to see you happy. Never wants you to be, ballin'. None of that. Just a fucking hater. That's it.